St. Thomas says that ignorance is not about speculation, but about choice, insofar as every evil is ignorant. In other words, every time we choose the evil, we choose falsity, we choose ignorance. And ignorance is just a lack of knowledge. I'm not going to look at this thing, I'm going to ignore this, so I'm not going to look at the true knowledge of this thing is actually evil. And so over the course of time, our ability to, the more sinful we are, the less we're able to see things with precision and clarity. Since he said, at the root of all of this, at the root of the wounds of original sin, is a lack of acuity, sharpness. People just aren't very sharp these days, right? And this is something that we actually see. But it also tells you that the inverse of that is true. The more moral of a life that you live, and the more virtuous you become, and therefore the more subordinated your emotions become, then what's going to happen is over the course of time, your intellectual ability to see things accurately and precisely will become enhanced. St. Augustine actually even talked about this. St. Thomas talks about it as well. This is one of the reasons why chastity is one of the principal means by which you gain intellectual acuity. This is something that you would virtually never hear that today being said. But this intellectual acuity is the ability to judge things as they are. Well, if I'm committing sin all the time, then I'm moving my intellect to judge this thing falsely, and I've got these habits, and it's going to be hard for it to see the truth in these matters. And so there's this proneness to error, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but there's just this lack of acuity. People are just getting dumber and dumber.